All right, everybody. This is Adam with Ascension Industries, and I had posted this little jewel of a setup on Reddit, and I wasn't expecting the interest that people had taken in it. So people had asked for some video footage and kind of to go in depth on it. So here we are. Everybody really wanted to make fun of the big Sniper hog light, and I was not joking. That is actually the name brand of it. It's the 66 LRX. This one is the 850 nanometer turbo. It's got a lot more output. So that's what we had to put on our rifles to combat the loss of light that was happening from the front of the scope to the rear. I mean, there's a lot of loss of light. On a super moonlit night, you can see a little bit, but it's not enough to ID targets and really know what you're shooting at or anything like that. So originally, as I had stated in the post, I had made a mount to go on the front objective of the scope. So what was happening is the mount was hanging like this. The J-arm was turned around, but there was a mount on the objective. It allowed the J-arm, to hang like this. Imagine the NVM-14s turned around, but it was hanging like this. And so the whole point of that was to collect more ambient light, like it would be if you were just holding it out or wearing it or using it as a handheld scanner. So I thought, oh, this is a great idea. It was collecting good light, obviously in front of the scope. But whenever I started shooting at 100 yards, I was aiming at the big plate there. So aiming at the big plate, my point of impact was literally 10 foot high and about 2 foot left. So collimation is a real phenomenon, okay? I thought, it might be off, maybe a foot, 18 inches, something that would be repeatable that I could dial and just always know is the same, offset. That was not the case. 10 foot is just too much to deal with. So what we ended up coming up with is this mount that we 3D printed. This one is actually printed out of ABS. And so what this allows us to do is just hang the NVM off the rear. So I'm going to get it mounted and then I'll come back and talk a little more. All right, everybody, so I've got the NVM-14 mounted up here. I'm going to try to get some footage of looking through it. I'm going to see if I can maybe record shooting through it. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I'm looking to order a mount where I can actually get my phone, mounted up to the rear and try to get some better footage. It's just really hard holding it and really trying to do the tube justice of how good everything looks through the scope. I mean, you can zoom all the way into 18 power and it's actually a super crisp image. We couldn't believe how well it worked. So whenever you mount this up, all you do is get your focus set to focus on the reticle. We make the reticle look as crisp as we can, and then whenever you start zooming in and out on your scope power, all you do is take your parallax knob and twist it to fine tune the image for whatever zoom you're looking at and whatever distance that you're looking at. It's really that simple. We couldn't believe how well it worked, but it's been super effective for us shooting at night on a budget. I mean, once again, we've got $850 in these NVMs that we picked up on a surplus auction. The Sniper hog light is $200. It's 850 nanometer 66 LRX. Once again, I know it's huge, but it works. It really does. I mean, you can see 300 yards plus with this, no problem. I mean, even farther, but we're able to ID stuff at 300 yards with no problem. It's hard to complain. I know it's not, typical here, but it works. So my buddy's got a true white phosphor clip-on coming in this week. We're going to compare it to this. We obviously expect the true Armacite white phosphor clip-on to blow this thing out of the water, but we've always wondered if the juice is going to be worth the squeeze. When we've got something working for $1,000, is $4,000 going to be that much better? So I'm going to try to get you guys some footage of looking through the tube. I hope the quality really is conveyed through the camera. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but I'm going to try to record it and get you guys the best shot I can. All right, guys, I'm going to try to go ahead and get a little bit of footage of, super late dusk right here. My phone is making the sky look much brighter than it really is. So you can barely see the target holder right out there at 100 yards. The plate is super hard to see. There's a little A-zone size plate right on the left side of that target stand. So I'm going to try to get in here and see if I can get you guys a image quality of looking through this tube. So there's no IR light on right now. I just turned it off. Trying to get it to focus here, guys. The camera really isn't doing justice for how good this looks right through here. So there's no IR right now. And here's IR. No IR. Low. And it's basically just a rheostat switch, so you just kind of crank it up. There's completely maxed out. It's actually way too bright for this distance. No IR. Lowest setting. And I think it looks pretty good right there. But that's 100 yards. And I'll zoom the target in. And that's 18 power. I'll try to play with the parallax and get it focused in more here. But that's it, guys. And like I say, 18 power is way too much. I mean, you know, we don't even regularly shoot on 18 power. We're kind of falling in more of that, you know, 6 power, 8 power, maybe 10 on a, you know, when we're filling it. I mean, 10 power is plenty enough to shoot at 100 yards or obviously even farther. So it does work. And the reason you guys are seeing that dark ring kind of in the top of the, you know, the scope there, this mount was actually built for my old Burris XTR2, so I didn't reprint a new one. I just kind of wanted to proof of concept and make sure everything worked on this new Vortex Strike Eagle. So I've not re-centered the NVM-14 in the center of the Strike Eagle. It was centered in the Burris, but I didn't feel like redesigning the mount. But once I redesign the mount, that little dark ring on top will go away. So I'm going to try to get some shooting footage for you guys, and we'll go from there. Okay, so it's not pitch black yet, but it is. It's getting very dark. You can't see the 100-yard target on camera, but I can barely see it. I'm talking barely make it out, and it's only because I know it's up there. So I want to try to get some shooting footage for you guys. I don't know how it's going to go shooting through this thing with just holding my phone up to the NVM-14 here, but we will see what happens. So right now, I've just got my chest up to the rifle, and this is at 100 yards. That's roughly an A-zone size plate. So honestly, guys, you know, another question that was asked was, has recoil hurt this unit yet? Recoil has obviously not hurt the unit yet, but I mean, I could shoot right here and destroy this tube. We've just kind of been risking it to see what would happen. You know, we thought, well, if we destroy it, we'll save up our pennies and, you know, throw a white phosphor tube in it. So I'm going to try to do some shooting right here, and if it blows out, I'm still going to upload it and let you guys see it. Here we go. And it's easy as that, guys. I mean, it's been a great setup. We can't complain for what's going on here for the money. Like I said, I mean, $850 for the NVM, $200 for the light. That's it. I mean, we're sub 1,100 bucks. Let's just call it $1,000, right? I mean, this is the night vision game. It seems to me like $50 doesn't even matter when you're talking about the kind of money that's spent in this hobby. So it works great. We can't complain. And if you guys want to see anything more specific, please let me know. All right, guys, so I wanted to wait till it was pitch black. I mean, it is super dark out here. It's kind of You can see the stars a little bit. It's just kind of overcast, I guess. But I wanted to show you guys the true pitch black performance of this. So here we are at 100 yards still, and I'm currently on 8 power. Now this is with the hour light. I'll disable the light. I think the hour sensor on my phone is going to go crazy, but there's the lowest setting on the hour light. There's off. Lowest setting. And there is max light output. It does not look that bright in the, you know, like your naked eye, but on camera, this is kind of looking best right here. And I'll tell you something else cool that you can do is you can actually turn your illuminated reticle on. And in some cases it really helps. But what is odd is when you turn the illuminated reticle on, you have to you have to refocus your NVM-14 to kind of make the reticle look as crisp as it can look when it's illuminated. All right, guys. So here's 100 yards with the NVM-14 pitch black. Pitch black, guys. It works. So if you guys want to see, once again, anything more specific with it, or you've got any questions, please just shoot me a message. I'm on Reddit, Ascension Industries. You can shoot me a message on YouTube. If you guys got any questions, please just let me know. I appreciate everybody's interest. God bless you. And if you got any questions, please just give me a message. Thanks, guys.